Welcome back to Chaos Corner, where we dive into the chaotic world of books and stir up literary mayhem one book review at a time. Continuing today's ongoing saga of the From Blood and Ash series, we will be looking at the third book, The Crown of Gilded Bones. Now, for those that have not seen my review on the second or first book, what are you doing? You gotta go back and watch those. It gives you some information. But I'm assuming if you're watching this that you just want to see if the third book's worth it, right? Okay, cool. I'm glad we're all here. Thanks for being. Now, in my review last week, I mentioned how these books kind of grip me by the throat, consensually, of course, but in all seriousness, I did not realize how long this series was. And yeah, it's too late to go back now. I am so far deep. I'm recording these a few episodes at a time, so even though this is coming out 3 weeks from now, I've already read up to the fourth book and the second book of the main series. Also, as a side note, Apple Books decided to remove all of my little annotations that you normally see throughout the videos. So unfortunately, we won't be having any of those. But I'll make up for it in the edit. Editor Morgan, can you make sure this video looks really nice and cool and pretty and maybe fun?
Girl, it is 9 a.m. You want me to do what?
Look, I know you're not a miracle worker, but add a little pizzazz. Do a little After Effects. Can you do that?
After Effects? Girl.
It can't be that hard, right? Yes, in all seriousness. I'm gonna have to use my good old brain. Yes, you do. You love your job. I love you so much. Thank you, future me. Treat yourself. Go get a treat. But yes, in all seriousness, I'm gonna have to use my good old brain to get the thoughts kicking, okay? So just bear with me. As always, our handy dandy synopsis, either on the back of the book or from our good friends at Goodreads. Here we go. Get ready, buckle in, kids. She has been the victim and a survivor. Poppy never dreamed that she would find love when she found it with Prince Casteel. She wants to revel in her happiness, but first they must free his brother and hers. It's a dangerous mission, and one that's far-reaching consequences neither of them dreamed of, because Poppy is the chosen, the blessed, the true ruler of Atlantia. She carries the blood of the king of the gods within her, Nikros. The right of the crown and the kingdom are hers. The enemy and the warrior. Poppy has only ever wanted to control her life, her own life, not the lives of others. But now, she must choose to either forsake her birthright or seize the gilded crown and become the queen of flesh and fire. But as kingdom's dark sins and blood-drenched secrets finally unravel, a long-forgotten power poses a genuine threat, and they will stop at nothing to ensure the crown never sits on Poppy's head. Lover and a heartmate. But the greatest threat to them and Atlantia is what remains in the far west, where the Queen of Blood and Ash has her own plans, ones that she waited hundreds of years to carry out. Poppy and Casteel must consider the impossible travel to the lands of the gods to awake the king himself. And as shocking secrets and harshest betrayals come to light, and enemies merge to threaten everything Poppy and Casteel have worked and fought for, they will discover just how far they're willing to go for their people and each other. And now she will become a queen. Queen Poppy, everybody! Let's get some little shits in the comments for Queen Poppy, because I'm so excited. So a lot happened in this book. So much so that I'm kind of concerned of how it fit in 600 pages. This book does a lot to build Poppy and Cass's relationship. I feel like in the first book, Poppy is learning how to experience the world around her, and with now Hawke in it. And then the second book is repairing the trust that she has with Cass and recognizing that Cass and Hawke are the same person, and they're both going to be there in different ways, whether she likes it or not. Learning how to essentially mix what is a new person or a completely different person to her. And then this book is Poppy being able to see Hawke with Cass and Cass with Hawke. It all finally clicks, and she finally understands what is worth fighting for and what she wants a future for. She finally recognizes that Hawke is still there, and her love for Hawke is still there. And now she has this love for Cass, and recognizing the love is for the same person. And the way they built that. Like, this book has a lot of domestic and soft fluff, which I soaked up every fucking ounce of it. Like, the softness of Cass and the major fluff compared and then equally paired with just as much action-packed fight scenes and battles. It's the pairing of such domestic fluff and then like raw angst and battle paired very, very well. It's kind of reminiscent of the title, A Crown of Gilded Bones. A crown is supposed to be pretty, but bones isn't always deemed pretty. I know me, I would love a Crown of Gilded Bones, but you know, not even to mention that both of them like love each other so much that they know that even though they love each other so much that they know that they have to do their duty and for their people and for their kingdom, for the, you know, for their love, for their family, and for the people within their sphere. And that's kind of the main reason why Poppy agrees to be the Queen of Atlantia. It was never something she wanted. She never wanted to have a crown. She, if anything, her and Cass would love to just hop away to an island. But they understand that nobody else can do it but them. It has to be them, because if it's not them, it might not ever work. They might not ever defeat the Blood Queen. Like, it's that big of a deal. There are a lot of twists and turns, but this book really opens up like the bigger world and like the overarching world that Jennifer L. Armentrout is trying to create. And I'm seeing it, girl. I'm seeing it. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Like, I can see for the first time in my life, like, kind of where this is going. And obviously with the first two books, I could kind of see what they're piecing. But again, when you're given bits and pieces of information and then everything is kind of finally revealed to you, it opens your eyes of where the world and where the story and character motivations and such are going to lead to. And for all of our regular viewers, you know what time it is. If you don't want spoilers, get the fuck out. Leave now. Go to this time slot to kind of get my final thoughts. Because there's going to be some big spoilers ahead, because I got to talk to some people. The people that have read this book, me and you, we got to talk. We got to talk real quick. Like, why did they have to take Cass? Why did Cass offer himself? Why did he have to be yoinked? Girl, the fuck? You give us all this domesticated fluff and then are like, bye! Like, literally hearing, because again, I'm neurospicy, and so when I read these books, I feel like I'm in them. And so, like, hearing and reading Cass begging Isbeth to, like, not kill Poppy, that's like Victor. That's like Victor for me. That broke my heart. And, like, yes, I know that they're heartmates, and I know that they're married, and they're all set to go, and they've got their lines, so they know if they're gonna be, you know, alive or not. But, like, you spend the first book being lied to of who Hawk is and rebuilding this trust, and then you get to see Cass, and you see Cass as a prince, and then him at his vulnerable side, and him being immediately offering that compromise, even after what Isbeth did to him way in the past before Poppy even was a thing. Him offering that holds so much weight for a character motivation. That's fucking telling. That's tell all, bitch. Like, it is very hard to fathom how you would walk back into the hands of your abuser for the person you love. And I guess that is what people say when love makes you do crazy shit, because the only way I could ever do something like that is if I was fucking crazy. And don't even get me started on Poppy and Poppy's point of view after she wakes up, because what she goes through at the end of this book, she did not deserve. Like, I can't even imagine watching your brother be killed, the head chopped off in front of you, and then your husband being taken by the same person that not only abused him, but killed your brother. On top of the fact that it's also your mother, and now she has to go back to the country that isn't really hers and be the queen and not have their king. What she does to Casteel's mom, it is very fucking good. It is the perfect mix of authority, bravery, and just pure rage. The specific line or the specific paragraph, which I'm gonna read. Now ask me where your son is. Her eyes started to close. No, I tipped forward. Don't you dare close your eyes. I didn't. When I watched the sword slice through my brother's throat, don't you dare close your eyes. You're stronger than that. Her chest rose with a heavy breath, and her eyes remained open. Where is my son? She took him. I forced out, the words cutting through my skin. And you know why? You know exactly why she wanted your sons. It's not to make more ascended. It's personal. That girl, she is no goddess, Poppy, and people better watch them out, and they're about to get hit. Because, oh my god. And don't even get me started on Ian's death. Like, you spend the first 2 books, again, like, searching and fighting to get to her brother, only for it to be, hey sis, I hope he got the Draken. Bye sis! What? Because yeah, every time I think the Blood Queen's gonna do something, she, like, and this happens later in the series, which I might touch on more then, but they do some atrocious shit that it's like, I can't even fathom it. I can't even fathom like, killing my daughter's brother in front of her. What? Ugh. Alrighty, you guys can come back now. You guys can come back. Hello, hi. So yeah, honestly, this book has so many ups and so many downs, very high highs and very low lows. This book has one of the biggest ups and downs, the biggest heart throbs, and then threw my heart right into the damn trash. And for that reason, I have to rate this book a 9.1 out of 10. It really, really impressed me. I really got to see the world she was creating, and it felt for a moment like the 2 books that I read beforehand were worth it. And I know that I think this is the highest I have given for a book review, and it's for good reason. Like, this book is a pivotal turning point in the entire overarching story that she is trying to create. So yeah. Ooh, I'm so excited to hear you guys' comments and kind of opinions and thoughts. Tell me what was your either best scene that you liked or like the worst heart-throbbing scene. I think a lot of us can agree it is towards that ending. And so yeah, I'm excited. If you haven't read the book, go read it. Go support it. It's $7.99 on ebooks. I do not want to see people pirating it. Just go get a book. Read. But next week, I will be taking a little bit of a break from our main series with Poppy and Cass. I know, you all want me to get to the War of Two Queens, which I'm very excited for, and it's going to be a bit of a bigger review because it encompasses a lot of shit. But I'm going to be going off to one of the side books that kind of explains the gods, which I was very pleasantly surprised about, and you'll be seeing that review next week. So thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Do all the buttons. You know what to do. Follow my socials. You know the works, right? And for those that have read the book, let me know how you felt about the ending. I really want to have a discussion. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Don't forget to hydrate or die straight. We don't want to do that. And I love you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.